House Republicans have prepared a draft report stating that they have found no evidence of coordination or collusion between Donald Trump and Russia during the 2016 U.S. presidential campaign. Our correspondent in Washington, D.C., Samara Khan, has more.
It's been announced that the House Intelligence Committee will be shutting down its investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election, declaring that there is no evidence of collusion between Trump and the Russian government. The committee will not be interviewing any more witnesses, and they're currently preparing a draft document for review, which will disprove the claim made by the U.S. intelligence community that Vladimir Putin had a preference for Trump over Hillary Clinton. Now, Representative Conway, who's in charge of the investigation that's been going on for a year now, said, quote, "We found no evidence of collusion. We found perhaps some bad judgment, inappropriate meetings. We found no evidence of any collusion of anything people were actually doing other than taking a meeting they shouldn't have taken or just inadvertently being in the same building." Now, this puts an end to one of the remaining investigations into the matter, and it will likely anger Democrats who have been against closing the investigation. And Democrats are expected to release their own report. The House Intelligence Committee's assessment breaks with the claims made by the U.S. intelligence community back in January 2017 that President Putin supposedly ordered an influence campaign to help Trump win. But the U.S. has been accusing the Kremlin of interfering in the 2016 presidential election for over a year and a half now. But let's put it into perspective. We have more government officials coming out of the woodwork admitting that there was no collusion, so it's unclear what Democrats will do next to keep this all going.
Earlier, we spoke to Jennifer Breeden, an international law attorney, who thinks the GOP report will seriously provoke congressional Democrats.
These reports have been coming out for several months now. I mean, over the past year, that there really hasn't been any collusion found between the Trump campaign, any intentional collusion for things to stop from the Trump campaign to meddle with the election. And so now we're having a report that's going to be written by the House GOP leaders. This is going to enrage Democrats in Congress because, you know, they've been certainly trying to fish for evidence. And we think fishing is probably a right word at this point. Yes, there were probably inappropriate meetings. I mean, this is listed in the report that there were certainly probably inappropriate meetings or meetings that shouldn't have occurred. But in terms of stating whether there was intentional collusion between the presidential Trump campaign and the Russian government, I mean, we haven't found anything of that.